Deputy Frank Sloup doesn't ask twice. When a suspicious vehicle turns up in a quiet Arizona parking lot, he doesn't just check it, he digs until something breaks. What starts as a routine patrol spirals into a deadly game of cat. Frank, relentless as ever, refused to back down. The next twist came from the last place he expected. An internal affairs officer pulled Frank aside with a file. Inside was a surveillance photo of Frank at a crime scene. Hours before he was supposed to be on duty. Someone was framing him. Was it a cartel trying to turn the tables? A mole inside the department? Or something far more personal? Frank Sloup wasn't just chasing criminals anymore. He was now part of a hunt. And this time, the badge couldn't protect him. And Mouse, revealing drug traffickers, hidden bunkers, and a chilling map that puts his own life in the crosshairs. In Pinal County, justice wears mirrored sunglasses, and Frank Sloup is the last man you want following your trail. Frank Sloup wasn't your average deputy. With a bald head, reflective shades, and an unforgiving stare, he patrolled the streets of Pinal County like it was a personal crusade. He had one motto, proudly printed across his cruiser's dashboard. And to Frank, that wasn't a suggestion, it was a warning. On the surface, Pinal County, Arizona, was a vast stretch of desert and farmland, with small towns scattered like islands. But underneath the dry earth and long highways was a growing wave of crime. Meth labs, human trafficking, cartel runners, and fugitives on the move. Frank made it his mission to stop it all, even if it meant pushing boundaries most deputies wouldn't dare approach. Frank's most unforgettable patrol began with a routine call, a suspicious vehicle, parked outside a closed mini-mart at 3:47 a.m. The car wasn't reported stolen, but the plates were mismatched. Inside, a nervous young man sat behind the wheel, sweating despite the cool desert night. As Frank investigated, he noticed something odd. The man's shoes were covered in red mud, but there hadn't been rain for weeks, and Pinal County didn't have red soil. Instead of making an arrest, Frank quietly radioed dispatch for a canine unit. What the dog found would set off a chain of events that no one in the department was prepared for. A hollowed-out spare tire packed with bricks of fentanyl, wrapped in black plastic. A routine stop had just uncovered a trafficking route buried in plain sight. But Frank didn't celebrate. He had a sinking feeling. Within 48 hours, that feeling was justified. A warehouse near Florence, just 10 miles from the traffic stop, caught fire. Inside, investigators found rows of bunk beds, blood-stained floors, and surveillance equipment tracking local patrol patterns. It was a human smuggling hub, a hidden prison for undocumented immigrants. Whoever had been watching them knew their every move. Frank's bust may have triggered the cleanup. As detectives swarmed the scene, Frank received an anonymous tip pointing him to an abandoned trailer just outside Casa Grande. Inside, he found something even worse, a map, with red pins stuck in different spots across the county. God, his house was one of them. So was the sheriff's office. Someone was hunting them back. It was then long before the department was dealing with a series of bizarre mishaps, slashed tires on patrol units, untraceable calls jamming dispatch radios, and officers reporting shadowy figures watching their homes.